some clarified butter. Here we're using some olive oil with sea salt. I prefer to have the ones with no salt, but this has salt in it. So I mixed it 50-50 with another one, just to give you an idea how it looks. You're going to use a heavy bottom pan, and you're going to put about a pound of butter if you want to make just under a pound of clarified butter. But I'm going to be mixing this with some canola oil. So I'm going to put this on my lowest setting on my stove, as you can see. The lowest setting you have, the lowest. And you're going to let this go until it separates. Remember, use a heavy bottom pan, which is what I'm using here. It has that bottom on it that's heavy, pretty thick. And you're going to let this go slowly. These are going to separate into 3 separate groups. You're going to have the top that looks like scum, but you can actually use that on popcorn and breads and it's great with rice. Then you're going to have the clear layer that's in the middle. And then you're going to have the bottom layer, which is mostly butterfat and like water. And you just want to get the clear that's in the middle. So we're going to scrape off the top and reserve it for popcorn and rice. And we're going to keep just the middle clear oil. It's only been a few minutes, but it's going really slow. That's what you want to do, but you can see it's starting to separate. That's what you want to see. We're starting to see some separation here. It's not much, but you can see we're going to skim that off, and we're going to place that into this little bowl here we have, and save it. Okay. Just want to give you an idea what it looks like when you move that out of the way. You can see the clarified butter right there. That's what we want to get. We got to remove this dirty stuff first. This is actually called scum, but it's edible. Stuff that I took off, I skimmed off the butter, and as you can see, it's clear here, and only the scum at the bottom is there. We're going to go ahead and separate that off. I'm going to pour it into a heat-proof dish, and I'm going to try and leave as much of the bottom sediment as possible. And remember, you can still use this over rice and popcorn and everything else. It's just not going to be used for cooking. This is going to be to fry at higher temperatures. And this I'm going to keep for some crab legs and lobster tails for dipping tonight. But I'm also going to mix half of this with some canola oil for frying. Okay, here's what we got. We got almost a full container of the stuff that we skimmed off the top. But as far as the clarified butter, we got about 1 full one and a little over half of the other one. And there's still a little bit more. Now you can run this through a cheesecloth or a chinois if you want to, with a coffee filter or something like that, and it'll be perfectly clear. Mine doesn't have to be that clear. I got a little bit left in there. And I'm using that for this top part for dipping tonight, for a dipping sauce. So it's fine. But look what's left in the container. It's almost like milk. Do you see that? That's what's left over. Okay, well, there you have it. We've made clarified butter. Now, another trick you can do is you can take and clean out this pot, okay? And you could take this clarified butter, put it back inside the pot, bring it up to just about when it's starting to boil. I mean, it's got to be hot. And then you take some fresh rosemary, and you place the rosemary tip in there, and if it starts to sizzle like it's going to fry, that's what you want to see. You don't want to drop it in and let it come up to temperature with the rosemary, but you want the oil to get extremely hot, and then as soon as you stick the rosemary branch in there, it starts to fry. That's what you want. So you take about a 3-inch piece of rosemary, and you put it inside the hot clarified oil. When it starts to fry, it releases all of its oils, but you can also do that with shallots and garlic. And you fry it for about 1 minute inside that. Then you remove that stuff and run it back through a cheesecloth or a coffee filter, and you strain all that stuff out, and you have it back here. But now the butter will be infused with rosemary, or rosemary and garlic, or rosemary, garlic, and something else that you want. Something special. There you go. And it's that easy. On a plate, we have shrimps, lobster tail, crab legs, Italian sausage, smoked hickory sausage, corn, seasoned mashed potatoes, and some clarified butter. This is for my wife for buying me my sous vide yesterday. So this is a celebration. Bon appetit, everybody.